from them going against them so often?
Yeah, so two different type of players. Mackenzie, they're obviously both with the Vikings. Mackenzie was very good with his footwork. He wasn't as physical with his hands, and J-Ron's the opposite. He's very long. And so just two different types of guys. And for me, it was, if I could beat those guys, they were the standard. If I could beat those guys, then I feel like I could play with anybody in the country because they're two of the best. And so that's what I did that year.
Did you talk to them at all about the Vikings and any meetings that you've had with the Vikings at a Senior Bowl? Or?
Not really. I'll see them every now and then and talk, but everything's happened so fast the last month with the Senior Bowl and this. I haven't really done too much talking with them.
With all your production, do you feel like if you were a bigger receiver, you would be considered a higher draft pick?
Yeah, I do, but that's part of my charm, I guess. Kind of the I like the measurables chart. I don't know if you've seen it, and I'm like 0 percentile on everything. It's got like the smallest hands, so it's just fun. And whenever we show up on the field, that's what I enjoy. So.
Where did you train?
Yeah, with Jodan Reams at TNT, and so me and BJ Goodson and Sharon Peak and Adam Humphreys will go there and train. And I'm training with some of the Clemson guys, Albert Huggins, who's here, Travion Thompson, and Candace Smith. And so it's been good to go out there and compete with those guys. And there's some of my brothers.
Are you running the 40?
I am, yeah, I'm doing everything, so I'm excited about it.
Being a 0 percentile guy, is there any defender that's kind of been imposing that you've gone up against?
Not really. Obviously, I mean, every guy has their own strength. Every guy presents his own challenge. But like we talked about earlier, I can't remember who asked me about just wanting at the top of the break point, just that influence, just outthinking people, just being a smart football player, knowing the concept of the play. That accounts for a lot of things, lack of measurables and whatnot.
Who do you think you compare to in the NFL?
Yeah, I talked about Adam Humphreys earlier,
Sure.
Just a role model of mine, and so if I can have half the career he has, then I'd be pretty successful. So.
Did it benefit you playing with different type of quarterbacks from Deshaun to Trevor? What was that experience like with those two?
Yeah, Deshaun and Kelly. Kelly's going to have a great season in Missouri. I talked to him the other day, and he's done really well. And so Deshaun and Kelly and Trevor, three different type of guys. Coach Swinney jokes with me and says, wherever I go next year, I'm going to have a downgraded quarterback because Deshaun and Kelly and Trevor, they've all been exceptional and been unbelievable. And so, but like we talked about, you got to restart every year. New quarterback, new season, now it's a new team. You can't assume anything. You got to restart every year and not take for granted what you've done in the past.
You talked about Adam Humphreys. How much interaction have you had with the Bucs so far?
A little bit. I know Bruce Arians is there now from the Cardinals. So, yeah, I've talked to him a little bit because Adam's a free agent and they're not sure what he's going to do. And so I've talked a little bit with him. But that seems like an incredibly cool place. And Tampa is good weather and good golf. And so I've talked to him. Yeah, I forgot about that. So.
How does Trevor compare to Deshaun?
They're two different type of players. Deshaun, in my opinion, not saying that Trevor isn't. Deshaun is a baller. Like Deshaun has eyes in the back of his head. When the play breaks down, he'll get out of it and just find a way. And Trevor has just been special since he got here. He sees it coming before it comes. It's like the easiest way for me to describe is he's doing addition out there while everyone else is doing multiplication. He's just 1 + 1 = 2. I'm throwing it over there. No safety over the top. And it helps when you have guys like T and Justin Ross who can go out there and catch it, and Amari. And so two different types of players, but it would be hard for me to choose with the game on line who I'm picking because they're both incredible.
How good can Trevor be in 2 years?
He can be unbelievable. I think if he came out, he could be the #1 pick this year. That's how good he is. And I played with Deshaun, so I know kind of how elite you have to be, and Trevor's all every bit of that. And so I could see him being #1 pick and playing for 20 years and being a Hall of Famer. So it's been cool to be around him.
Hunter, after you're having success, something different to have success in this sport versus
a little bit, definitely. As far as a receiver, you want to get open. You want to create that separation. The ball gets on you quicker. You don't have as much time to think. You got to be more shifty than long vertical speed. And you have times where you need to stretch the field vertically, but you're that guy that kind of works you underneath and do whatever the team asks you. And you get hit a little more, I feel like, in the slot. But also, the ball's on you so quick, you have time to kind of get down and duck and dive a little bit.
You were a quarterback in high school?
I was, yes. So I was. We ran triple option in high school, and started playing receiver when I got to college.
So did you ever think that you'd be at this level?
Yeah, we ran triple option just because we kind of put one of our better athletes at quarterback, and I was fortunate to be one of the better athletes on the team. And so, but growing up, I knew I wanted to play receiver. I knew I loved receiver. Like we talked about, growing up in the backyard, that's all I did was just. And if I could get open against those guys when they're not throwing flags, then I feel like I could have got open against some of the best. And so that's just something that I always dreamed about.
How was your mom as a quarterback throwing?
Yeah, we talk about my mom all the time, and she was such a bad thrower. I love her, but she was not the athlete of the family. And so I would go out there and she'd throw me. I have to dive and run into trees to catch it, but she's a big part of where I am.
After that second season, Patriots Twitter had dubbed you the next slot receiver.
Yeah.
How would you feel about that, about sort of joining that line of Patriots slots?
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Sorry for that.
No, you're good. I mean, they win. They've gone to 9 straight AFC titles or something like that, or some crazy stat like that. And so just being a part of a winning team would be neat, and playing with a guy like Tom Brady and beside a guy like Julian Edelman, who can kind of teach you the nuances of the position, I think would be a big advantage for me.
Is there anything about his game that you've studied already? Any nuances you've learned by watching him?
Yeah, just his intelligence. I love what they did in the Super Bowl. They kind of just ran 4 verticals, and he just found a way to get open. And he really didn't have a route. He just kind of found an open space. And so I love that, and that's kind of the backyard football mentality that it takes to be successful. So.
Hunter, what's in the water over at Clemson? You guys are like wide receiver you now.
We've been wide receiver since 2000. I was talking to some of the scouts, and we had Martavis Bryant, Sammy Watkins, Nuke Hopkins, Jerron Brown, still in NFL, Adam Humphries, and Sharon Peake all on the same team. And so just there's kind of a picture where they're all sitting on the bench together. And it was cool to just see all those guys still in the NFL and have the guy Dion. Dinner with Dion tonight. It's going to be cool to catch up with him. Ray's in the NFL, and a lot of these freshmen and sophomores, juniors we got at Clemson are going to be in the NFL as well. So it's been neat to be part of such a rich tradition.
Hunter, if you could say one thing to a recruit considering Clemson, what would it be?
Coach Winnie's a real deal. I can't tell you how many times. So Will, his son, is my roommate, and I can't tell you how many times that I've walked into their house at like 10 o'clock at night, and Coach Winnie's in his boxers, and we just talk for an hour. That's just the type of person he is. He's true to who he is. He brings the same energy every day. It's a special place. It starts with him, but it kind of diffuses to everybody else in the program. Coach Scott, special Coach Elliott. All our coaches are special people first, and it's been cool to be around here. And say you're from Clemson, and the pride you get from it, everyone kind of looks at you a little differently. And it's been fun to have success as well.
Have you met with or are you planning to meet with the Texans?
I have, yeah. Met with their OC.